What's up, LA Live Gang? This is your boy AC, and I'm back with a special late night edition or early morning edition, whatever you want to call it, of LA Sports Live. You guys see the thumbnail. You see the title. Let's get straight to it. Well, actually, you didn't see the thumbnail. I didn't put the thumbnail up there. The picture wasn't quite the right size, so we just went with the generic thumbnail. But anyway, you guys didn't see the thumbnail, but you saw the title. Now, I think it's a hell of a coincidence that you guys know Anthony Davis has been in the news as of late. Um, it's been a lot of uproar, and he's received a lot of criticism. You know, some people say it's fair, some people say it's unfair about his recent appearance on that podcast and where he spoke and he said he hadn't touched the basketball in over 2 months, and um, a lot of people, including myself, didn't like, excuse me, didn't like that, and had some choice words for AD. There was pushback, people noting and documenting his workout regimen or whatever, saying, nah, this, he's right on par, right on course, right on schedule. What how he usually does things in the off season. So I think I just think it was a hell of a coincidence or some a hell of a timing. And and it may all be legit, may not be legit, but uh, but I just think it's a hell of a coincidence that a couple of days later, um, AD is supposedly back in the gym working on his shot with the lethal shooter. Of course, AD, he doesn't very rarely post his stuff, but earlier today, the lethal shooter posted a picture of himself and Anthony Davis working out in the gym. Underneath the picture, the caption said, working in the gym with Aunt Davis. Um, it's been a year and a half since we last worked together, but I'm excited to be working with him again. So we have no, we have no, we have no real idea about exactly when that picture was taken, but Lethal Shooter posted it, and he said it was taken today. So we're gonna take him at his word, and so that means AD is back in the gym and working with Lethal Shooter. If you're not familiar with the Lethal Shooter, he's worked with dozens of NBA players, several different teams. He's worked over the last few years with several Lakers as well. He's worked with THT. Excuse me. Damn. He's worked with THT and he's worked with former Laker KCP. And I think he's probably worked with a few others, but the names escape me at the moment. But I know for sure he's worked with THT and KCP. And so, and obviously he said he's worked with Ant Davis in the past and they're working together now. So that's, overall, that's good news. Overall, that's good news. But I'm just saying, man, it's some hell of a timing. It's a hell of a coincidence, because not like I don't think the lethal shooter is it has a kind of schedule where you can call him and then 2 days later, excuse me, he's on the court working with you, man. Because the guy he's booked up, he works with players all across the country. He's a renowned shooting coach, and he's traveled all across the world helping people with his shots. So I don't think he's just a guy you can just pick up on a whim, and then he'll just show up for a damn photo op. I don't think so. But whatever the case may be, so I'm not one for without proof rolling out and calling people liars or whatever. If Lethal Shooter says, "Hey, I'm working out with an AD today," then I'm gonna take him for his word with it and a word for it. So that's a great thing. That's a great thing for the Lakers. Great thing for Anthony Davis. Um, because in one way it kind of proves that maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. That Anthony Davis does kind of listen and kind of he kind of pays attention to what's going on out there in the public or what's been said about him. Um, I'm I kind of think that he blocks, excuse me, because he doesn't post a lot on social media. So I'm kind of one for thinking that he doesn't pay too much attention to it. He may be aware of it, but I just don't think Anthony Davis puts in too much stock into social media, and rightfully so, man, because athletes can get caught up, good or bad, with the social media and the different stuff that people say. So, but like I said, man, it's a hell of a coincidence that 2 days later he pops up and he's training with the lethal shooter, man. So I don't know what to make of it, man. Other than, like I said, I'll take these people, yeah, face value as far as their words is concerned. If they say they're working out, great, great. Because Anthony Davis, man, there's been some issues, and the lethal shooter said it's been a year and a half since they worked together, and honestly, like most of us know, man, Anthony Davis just has just not been the same, man. And that jumper is a very big part of his game. Too much, in my opinion. But anyway, what do I know? Um, and he's had some issues. He's had some issues with it over, the last couple seasons. So I'm glad it's a situation where he feels it needs to be addressed, and he's working on it with the lethal shooter, and man, hopefully we can see some results. Hopefully we can see some results. I think it was earlier today. I was checking out my main man, Angry Lakers fan. If you're not subscribed to Angry Lakers fan, please subscribe to his channel. And I think he did a video about some of the younger Laker players that have been working out. I talked about this before as well, but some of the younger Laker players. I think it was on Twitter. Angry Lakers fan had posted about several of the young Laker players have been out uh, pretty routinely this summer, working out together and separately at Lakers headquarters in El Segundo. And I said, hey, man, AD needs to have his ass out there with them as well. Because if you guys think about it, AD missed quite a bit of the season. And most of those kids, he's basically missed the equivalent of the half of the season. And a lot of those kids, man, just hadn't had a chance to play a lot with Anthony Davis. So I was saying, hey man, why not? You're the captain, one of the captains of the team. Why don't you go out there, man, and run with those kids for a little bit, man? Get some early reps in because I, you know, these guys, man. I'm telling you, Stanley Johnson, um, Austin Reeves, Winyan Gabriel. I don't know if THT was out there working with him, man. But I can tell you right now, specifically Stanley Johnson and Austin Reeves, those guys have a bad taste in their mouth about how that season turned out, man. They're not really happy um, or thrilled about how that season turned out. The Lakers were disrespected on so many levels and a lot of games last season. Um, the Lakers were severely shorthanded and all this other kind of stuff. And so some teams, quite honestly, took liberties with the Lakers and enjoyed it and kind of took advantage of a lot of the Lakers' younger players. Because, specifically like players like Stanley and Reeves and some of the other guys, man, they were a lot of times, man, playing out of position. You know, specifically Stanley, man. Stanley is a really good defensive player, but he was always guarding people 2 to 3 or 4 inches taller than him, and a lot of times he wasn't too successful. But a lot of people didn't realize that he was playing out of position, man. So if the Lakers put together their squad the right way for the upcoming season, they won't have that issue, and I think we'll see a much better version of Stanley Johnson coming this season, man. So anyhow, I just like I said, I just thought it was a hell of a coincidence that after we sat here and talked a lot of crap about AD, 2 days later, uh, stuff is posted on social media with him doing what the people had called him to do, and doing something that the people were upset because we were all under the assumption that he should have been doing this already, uh, not necessarily aware of his schedule. So, it is what it is. Salute to the chat. It is what it is. AD, man, come on, bro. Come on, big dog. Last season was terrible. One of the worst seasons. It's got to be top two or three in my book. The worst seasons that I've ever seen for the LA Lakers. Cop Killer, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Thanks for coming through. Um, but last season, man, that was a bad season. That I'm not gonna say it was a fluke because the team was bad. The team was bad, but that was a bad look for the Lakers last season, man. Really. Uh, and these guys coming to the next season, we're going to have some new players. We're going to have a new head coach. We're going to have some new assistant coaches. The whole vibe, the whole atmosphere of that team's locker room, and just the general vibe around the team, that's got to change, man. Because that was some bullshit last season, and I don't want to see that kind of crap again. I'm not gonna stand for it. I'm not gonna stand for another season. Um, like last season for the Lakers. This this we man, I'm gonna have to hit the eject button. You know, if the Lakers lay it, this is not going to happen because I have a really good feeling about this season upcoming. Not making no guarantees, but it ain't gonna be a season like this season, this past season. But if if the Lakers happen to lay an egg, start laying the egg next season, and history starts to repeat itself, and we start having a mirror of last season, man, I can't take it, bro. I already got enough gray hairs. I'm gonna have to hit the eject button and talk about something else. But I can't sit. I can't sit through another season like last season. So kudos to Anthony Davis. You know, like him or not, man, for the Lakers to be successful next season, man, this team, this offense, everything, it's gotta be focused around Anthony Davis. It's gotta be based around Anthony Davis. This team has to be built out around Anthony Davis, man. I mean, there's nothing, no problems with LeBron. I have no issues. I have no issues with LeBron James, but we have to build. We have to look to our future. We have to build this team around Anthony Davis and get players around him that will help him and cater to his needs and cater to his skill set, so he'll be able to play in the position where he's most comfortable. And I agree with you, Cop Killer. We know, AD doesn't like doing the dirty work. He'd rather have a big to do that for him. So if that's what it is, man, it is what it is. Hey, I don't have a problem with it because we have a great example of the year 2020 where it worked perfectly. Shit, as soon as I start talking, man, I start yawning and shit. But anyway, we have the perfect exemplar 2020 with Anthony Davis working well in tandem with JaVale McGee and D12 Dwight Howard, and it worked perfectly, man. It worked perfectly. And look, the Lakers, yeah, you're right, Cop Killer. We need to kind of, we need to kind of mimic that situation Again, now it's going to be a little bit different this season with um, the offense that Darvin Ham wants to run, the 4 out, 1 in, and you got to assume that the 1 in would be Anthony Davis. I don't know that, but that's what I'm assuming. I don't know if he could put traditional big in that system, but we see. We'll see. The Bucks did it. They did it. So if they're able to do it and have a traditional big in that starting lineup and Giannis, so basically the Lakers would have the starting big, and then basically AD would play a similar role as Giannis, and then it's all good. It's all good, man. We got a lot. We got a lot of options and ways to go with this team. Uh, it's a matter of time and a matter of them putting the right pieces. And like I said, man, honestly, this team really, really, really should be built out around Anthony Davis, and that's just my opinion. Because I'm not one of these guys going to be like, hey, he's always hurt, because even though he is always hurt, but I'm not going to put that on him this season. I'm not going to put that on him this season. Last season, those two main injuries, they were kind of fluke. They were fluky. They weren't, you know, something as a result of his something he did, or a lack of preparation, or something going on with his body. Those were fluke injuries. So I'm kind of giving him a pass in that situation. And I just think this year, I'm gonna have to get on, man, because I'm falling asleep. But I just think this year is going to be a solid bounce back year for Anthony Davis. I think the head coach Darvin Ham, his assistants, man, they're really going to ride AD's ass, man. That's just the feeling that I get, that they're really going to ride AD's ass and kind of push him. And I think they're going to tell him one or two things. I think this is going to be the goal of the Lakers, and especially their new coaching staff. I think they're going to challenge AD. Uh, um, I think the Lakers are going to challenge AD to do one or two things: either be Defensive Player of the Year or to be MVP. I think that's what they should do, man. They should really challenge Anthony Davis to be the Defensive Player of the Year or MVP. I really think they should really push him to be MVP, man. He has the talent to do it, and quite honestly, this dude needs to be pushed. He needs to be pushed hard. Now, that's just my opinion. So I think that's what they should do. We'll see. We'll see. We only got what we got about 2 weeks. Excuse me. We got about 2 weeks, man. Free agency start. Lakers have a little bit of money, not much. They have their mini mid level and another joint that they could use on a decent player. So we all, as Laker fans, we all know what the needs are. We're in desperate um, need of wings, and we need a big man or two to pair along with Anthony Davis, so he doesn't have to do all the dirty work, and he doesn't have to do all this silly stuff like putting on more weight because he makes this dumbass agreement to play center more. Nigga, do what you comfortable doing. And to me, we kind of saw last season that him putting on that extra weight was not good. Was not good. To me, it made him a little bit slow and lethargic. So he needs to be back where he was before. He can stand to be ripped up a little bit more. Just go a little bit harder in the gym, get a little bit stronger. But him putting on that weight, just trying to get bulkier, no, no, no. He's not Giannis. He's not Carl Malone. He's Anthony Davis, and he really needs to concentrate, and because these things are a big part of his game, his speed and his athleticism. And it just seems like his speed and athleticism kind of got slowed down a little bit with that extra weight. Man. That's just my opinion. But we know the pieces that the Lakers need, man. I don't know if they're gonna be able to get them. because we're limited in resources, but we know the pieces that the Lakers need. The Lakers know the pieces that they need. That's why they're, like I reported earlier, that's why they're going out and making sure they secure a pick this year, because I really do think, because they worked out a number of kids this offseason, and I really do think that they want to get a player uh, that can kind of contribute uh, right away. Because watching the playoffs this season, man, let's just put it this way: the Lakers got a lot of work to do. A lot of work to do, man. But anyway, I just wanted to jump on for a quick minute, man. Thanks for everybody in chat who came through, everybody from YouTube who came through, everybody from Twitch who came through and supported the stream. I appreciate it. Um, this, like I said, man, this is going to be the busy season. It's about to start jumping off. NBA Finals will be over pretty soon. Uh, and we'll have the NBA draft. Was the NBA draft in about 7 days? The hell, about 7 days or so, and then after that, we'll be moving into free agency. Man, that's when it's gonna start popping off. That's when it's gonna start popping off. And let me tell you something, guys. During free agency, there, this, I will, I don't know. I have to check the schedule. I have to check the schedule. But let me tell you this. During free agency, I will be doing some live stream, but it will be mostly pre-recorded videos. But look, if you can go back and check my channel, uh, the previous last two off season during free agency, during the trade deadline, I've put out I've put out as many as 15, 20 videos in one damn day. As far as free agent, when free agency jumps off, I'm letting you know where the players are going, who's going where, how much money, the different trades, and all this other stuff that's just about to jump off, man. So it's gonna be a big time. It's gonna be a busy time on the channel free agency. Most channels like this, they should be. If you're doing it right, you should be seeing a lot of growth during NBA free agency. So that's my plan. That's what I've been doing. That's my history. So you guys make sure you stay tuned, stay locked and loaded to LA Sports Live. It's been kind of slow, so I've been kind of slow. But I'm gonna tell you, when it gets down close to the nitty gritty, when this boring ass finals is over, and we get to trade. I mean, excuse me, when we get to the draft, the trades start jumping in, and then when the free agency starts, man, the videos are gonna be coming fast and plenty of them. So you guys make sure you stay tuned to LA Sports Live, and I'm gonna bring it to you. Anyway, it's your boy AC, LA Sports Live. I will rap with y'all later.